welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. I hope you've had a good week of trading. We're about 11:17 Friday morning, I guess you'd call it. Market's still open. Everything's pretty green today as far as the market goes. But we have had a pretty rough week on our portfolio as far as the level of portfolio. One of the main reasons there is just we've had a pullback in the markets a couple of days this week, and some of our things really pulled back, like MSTR. That's kind of tied to your Bitcoin. So, as Bitcoin pulls back, a lot of times that's going to pull back. But if the NAS is down and the Bitcoin's down, that really pulls back. So, but we're going to look at all that as we look at our portfolio. Did make several trades this week, building up positions in NVAX, building those back up. We did sell some last week, also adding to our MSTR and some others. So we're going to talk about that. Yesterday's big news about the taxes caused the market to crash for a short period of time there. It's coming back today. We was having a good day yesterday. And then when that news came out about the capital gains tax, everything pretty much sold off. So ended up with a pretty rough day, and we've had several rough days this week. But we like the way some of them's holding up, even though they're pulling back. Or things like Novavax, we're waiting on news there. I was really thinking we'd have something, at least some results in the U.S. or something like that. But we're really waiting on this approvals in other countries. So any day now, I mean, we're talking any day now. We're going to see some things on that. Definitely by the end of next month, but I would have think it was going to be by the end of this month, but may have missed that one. But we'll see. Good time to be buying. Any kind of news seems to pop that one up a little bit. We were able to make some good trades last week and get out of some of those higher price shares. And this week we got into them at a little bit lower price, and then also added a few more just because we know it's holding up well. So let's take a look at the portfolio, see what we've done this week. Let's go ahead and cut over to there. Here's our portfolio. As you can see, it is a green day across the board here. Everything's up, as you can see. So that's great. And here's our portfolio. You can see there's a new one here, QQQ. We've traded this one before. That's an index that kind of matches the NASDAQ, mostly your high-tech type stocks. What happened the other day, let me go ahead and pull up the 5-day chart here and show you what happened. The 5-day chart, let's see, what was it, Wednesday? Or Tuesday was the drop here. But anyway, this it did drop pretty significantly there. And so what I did when it dropped, I actually caught it pretty close to the bottom. Let's see, I don't think I had what I bought it at, but I did get it pretty close to this dip here. And what I did is I just thought it just might be a pullback for a day because we were getting into, let's see, it was Wednesday, I think I bought that. Let's see. I bought that on the 20th. So the 20th would have been Tuesday. So I bought it Tuesday towards the end of the day, hoping that Wednesday it would come back up. So when I did, I bought it very close to these dips here. So put all my cash pretty much out there in the QQQ because I was expecting for it to come back. What made me think about that was I looked at the 5-day chart, and I also looked at the 1-month chart, and I could see that we had been on a downward trend there. And so especially you can see here, just from Monday, we had this pullback from here all the way down to here. And so that made me think, okay, that's 2 good days of downward momentum. So let's see if we can get lucky here and, put our cash to work for just a day even. And that's exactly what happened. We put our cash to work for a day. We bought it on the 20th. We sold it on the 21st. We made 0.7%. 0.7% on almost all the cash that I had on the sideline. So that was pretty good little gain for one day. Your savings accounts, a lot of savings accounts may pay that for the year. So we did it in one day. The next day, as you can see, it did come up here, and we did turn around and sell that and made that nice little 0.71% gain on all that cash. So that was a good trade. That's something, you can try that. Worst can happen to you. You're going to have to leave your cash out there for a while. Now, what I did do as far as my cash, and, I had to leave enough for at least a couple of months' pay for myself because I'm retired. So that I did. Didn't put every penny of cash out there. I actually had probably 2 months' pay and 2 months' pay in both IRAs. So it could have, I could have gone 4 months without having to worry about selling anything for a loss. But even at that time, I think my Novavax was green, so we had something we could have sold if we had to. And I definitely got some in my cash account that we could have sold as without having to sell losers just to get your cash for payday. Okay, so we did that. That's gone. I was actually, after yesterday's drop, I wasn't going to be too upset if it was down again today, because if that cash settled in my account, I was going to try it again. The cash did settle, but the market's up today, so it's a little too late now. And it's actually got a really good bounce today, as you can see, 1.29%. So if you'd tried it yesterday, even, you could have done it again. So watch that QQQ. If it goes down a couple of days, it might be an opportunity there to make a little bit of money. Not a lot. I mean, that's a CD right there. You could do it in a day, so that's nothing wrong with that. All right, MSTR. Now, this is the one that's been causing us a little pain, but as it drops, we've been adding to that. So we did buy some of that this week. We bought some 636, I believe it was. So down on that. It has gone down even further, but we're about as far in on that one as we're going to get. Also considering that we already have, some Bitcoin itself. So this is a derivative of Bitcoin. They own a lot of Bitcoin, so that's why I bought it, because it's going to reflect whatever Bitcoin does. Now, Bitcoin has been pulling back, but I don't expect that to last forever. They also have earnings coming up, so let's pull up the chart here. They have earnings coming up next Thursday after hours, I believe it is. So I'm anxious to see how that's going to go. I'm actually going to be holding through that unless it just goes up crazy between now and then. But I'll probably be holding through that earnings, which is, that's risky sometimes, but it is what it is. So let's see here what this thing's done. As you can see, for the 5-day, it's down pretty good from the 5-day. But, like I said, it actually dipped here too. Let's see, I bought this on 636 on the 20th, so that would have been also back here somewhere. So we bought it here after a little bit of a dip, and then it went up, and everything was looking lovely. And then it, of course, sold off yesterday and today. So, but I like this one. I like the CEO. He's got a lot of guts. He's put all of his cash into Bitcoin. He's even actually gone out and got loans and bought Bitcoin. His thinking is you can go out there, borrow this free money just about, and then turn around and put it into this asset who has gone up about 400% this year. So that's his thinking. Whether it's going to pay off, we'll see. He's got a lot of guts. I don't know if his guts are crazy, but sometimes that's what it takes, a little bit of crazy. All right, so I would say don't buy any more of this than you can afford to be down on for a while at least, because if Bitcoin goes down, this one's going to go down. It's going to stay down until Bitcoin comes back up, and that's Bitcoin has been going down, but it's trading anywhere in that about 48,000 range up to about 55. So it's got a pretty good little swing there, and I've been actually adding to my Bitcoin as well. So as it dips to that 48, 49 level, I'm trying to add a little bit more. But we like this one. We like this one. It's when it's a good day, it's a good day usually. So I'm not too worried about it. And it's a big holding right now. This one and Novavax are my two largest holdings. Out of Tesla, probably need to take this one off now that we're not trading anymore. It's kind of gotten out of my range. I'm not going to be buying it in this range here. Let's take a look at that chart just to see what possible range we'd get in on. 5-day chart on Tesla looks like a little upward trend. 1 month chart. See, this is more like my speed here, getting in around this 600, 625 level maybe. And I don't know that it's going to be going there anytime soon. So we'll probably take this one off our list for a while. I hate it because I do like Tesla. I really like Elon Musk. But I just, not something I'm going to jump in right now on that kind of upward trend. Even though the high has been 900, so it still could go a long ways if it keeps going. But the market, I think, is keeping this one held down a little bit too. U.S. Steel hasn't got into my buy range anytime lately. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart on X. The X, let's see, 5-day chart actually is down just a little bit. It did take a pretty good dip right here, and you might could have got in here at the 21 level. I was thinking 20, 21, so it didn't quite get there. And plus, I've got my cash working that I want to work right now. I'm not really wasn't dying to get into any trades. I was kind of liking my cash levels where they were at. And if I were going to put them in something, I really feel like this one will pay some, but I like the run-ups in MSTR and Novavax right now. But 21, not a bad level. I prefer 20 or below. So we'll see how that does. If it happens to be, 20 or below at some point and I've got money on the sideline, I'm going to go ahead and do that. HUTMF. HUTMF is a mining stock for Bitcoin. These mining stocks have really gotten clobbered here lately. But I really think this one's going to take off at some point because they do own a lot of Bitcoin. So if that Bitcoin takes off, this one's definitely going to take off. It's one of the miners that has not taken off yet, or for whatever reason, and they do own a lot of the Bitcoin compared to even some of those miners that have taken off. So do like this one. I do like this one, and so I added to it this week. We actually doubled our shares, cost averaging this one, and it's still going down, but that's okay. We think this one might turn around at some point. So HUTMF, and it has been not too long ago. I think it was $9. So let's take a look at that 5-day chart. You can see here it's not too bad of a pullback, 5 days, but 1 month you can see up here at almost $9 at one time. Actually, the 52-week range is 13. So, but you can see there is a downward trend here. Not really sure what that's all about, but we're going to be adding to it. You can see a lot of volume came in right here on this dip. We did buy this one at 554 the other day. Actually bought that one, doubled down on that one on the 20th. So we actually doubled our position on it in both IRAs. And I think I've got some of this cash account, but I did not there because all that extra money is going to Novavax right now. Speaking of which, Novavax up $1 today. Still waiting on the news on this one. Novavax, let's go ahead and pull that up. As you can see here, it had been as high as 213 today. So, and it's had some good days this week where it's had run pretty good, especially this one here. See, Monday it went all the way up to 227. Actually, I have a friend of mine who sold his pretty close to this high this week. And of course, I called him a day trader when he did it, but I was just joking with him. But pretty good day trade. You can see what happened right after that. So went all the way back down to 201. You can see here 201. This dip here 202. The dips, the lows are getting a little bit higher, so that's a good sign. We've had some good little run-ups here, but we keep hitting resistance around this 217, 218 level. So it's going to take some news to get this one really going again. You can see the volume's real low. But, we like this one. This is the one we're counting on to get up to at least this levels here, and the 240 level. I'll go back to the charts here. You can see this level here. This was actually hit 240 in after hours that day. And this is the big level, 319. 331 is actually the high. I believe this one can definitely get to that 300 level again at some point if the news is good on all these vaccine approvals. So that's one that we're going to be watching really close. I'm trying to hang tough on that one instead of selling out. You know, the other day, normally I would have sold out too when my buddy did, but I'm really trying to make the big hit on this one this time because we're doing decent for the year. We're still up. Actually, we'll talk about that at the close, maybe about where we're at compared to the other markets. But SPCE has not been real good to us. This is one of those SPACs, they call them, the Virgin Galactic Holdings, and it has all the SPACs have been getting clobbered. So you can see the downward trend here. So we're just hanging on to that one. Not anything we're going to add to for sure. I'm definitely not adding to that one. Tilray, I'm not adding to that one, even though it has had a little bit of a tick up here lately. You can see here today it's up a little bit as well. Let's see, down for the week though, but it just feels like it's, yeah, because we hit a low right here, and then it's kind of gone up a little bit, but it's still nothing I would reinvest in right now. Terrible investment that I made on that one. I chased it. So we're going to be stuck on that one for a couple of years probably, but that's okay. We've done that before. Once we see it start moving and we feel the news surrounding it is good and there's a lot of activity in that sector, that's when we might start adding to that. And first thing we'll do is start building up positions in the other IRA. Right now we have 0 in that IRA, and that's IRA is doing actually better than this one. So Nikola. Now Nikola had a good day yesterday. Let's show that chart for yesterday. It had some news come out that they've got a partnership with somebody on some of the fuel cells, and just some, any kind of good news. And you can see the volume on this thing yesterday. Volume's a little bit higher again today. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, we're at 22 million versus 14. So when you see that volume start picking up, that means some people are getting interested. Big boys are getting involved, and so they're gonna probably turn this thing around. If I had to guess, they probably started covering some shorts yesterday, and you can see the pop here. They probably covered some shorts on that news. Even though we're down today, it was a good little pop yesterday. Volume still high, so look out. This might be, like that says here, is it the right time to buy? So we'll see. But that one there, I'm not going to be adding to it. We've got enough of it, so we're just going to ride that wave when it gets to going. But the MSTR we bought this week, well, we've added to that a little bit. And other than that, the Novavax we've added to this week as well, rebuilding those positions and cost averaging this HUTMF. So it's been a busy week. Even though we're having a bad week on our portfolio, we did make a pretty good trade on that QQQ. Was able to pocket some money there. And that was a pretty decent amount since it was all my cash. Pushed it all in and got it right back out. And so we are now sitting at 28.49% cash. I'd like to be in that 30, 40 range. Closer to 40 would be better, but we are close to the 30. So that gives us some cash to make some trades and add to some of these that we've got confidence in. I don't want to add too much more to anything else right now. For the year, we're up, in our portfolios still, even though we draw money out of it, we're still up. And that's nothing wrong with that. But we are getting beat right now by the Dow, by the S&P, and the NAS. So that's primarily due to the money that we put into MSTR and some of these others that are down. Okay, so when they pull back, we look like falling behind, which we are if they don't come. But the Dow is up about 11.08%. S&P is at 11.13%, and the NASDAQ is at 8.53%. Okay, so even though they've had a little bit of pullback, they are still doing very good for the year, and we were ahead of them recently with the pullback in the MSTR. So watch for that, and the NVAX has pulled back as well. So, but got confidence in both of those. I think they'll be all right, and we're just waiting for that to come home and roost. And when it does, we'll try to catch up with them or pass them. But we're in good shape as far as staying retired. That's all that matters to me. And we'll just keep making some trades as we can. Probably won't be doing anything today. I'm just going to watch as everything's green today, and hope it keeps going. And hopefully next week or sometime soon, this Novavax news will come out, and we'll get a good jump out on that, and maybe be able to unload some of that and get our cash back up as well. So hope you have a great rest of your day trading. Decided to wait till Friday to get on here just to wrap the week up, even though we had so much activity. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to click that subscribe button, and also if you like the videos, hit that like button if you would. That always helps. And we'll talk to you later on in the week. Probably going to check in early next week, maybe after Monday's trade day, and we may check in with you then, or Tuesday or something like that. Okay. And then we'll talk to you later in that week as well. All right. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you later. Thanks.